This is just Bob Bowman, and I'm coming at you with another video. Now, earlier today is Sunday, um, July 14th. Um, I had watched a video, well, a live stream rather. I watched a live stream by Ebo Sosa where he talked about order and how men need to have our lives in order. And he talked about a prayer that his father gave him when he was growing up that he didn't understand until he became older, where it's him asking God to create order in his life so the women that he's attached to will be in line and that the children that he has will not be brought to wrath or anger by him. And me knowing what the good book says or the Bible, what it says, and understanding that as a man, we do need order. And he talked about different things, and I wanted to reiterate it with it on it because it was some things that he said and some things that I also said in his live chat discussion that I was like, this is something that I can talk about, my point of view with it, like, and I want to talk about the things that a man will need in order to be in order. First things first, he would have to have a relationship with the higher power. And that higher power could be whatever he considers a higher power. I know I look at the Most High God from the Bible is the higher power. That's my personal um, relationship with the higher power. That's the way I interpret my relationship with the higher power. Is the higher power from the Bible. And that's not necessarily Christianity, even though it's a lot of people out here that says that if you believe in the Bible, you're a Christian. I don't follow that philosophy because you don't need to put a label on your beliefs from the Most High God. It's either you have that real faith with Him, that real relationship with Him, or you don't. And you need a relationship with that Most High God to know that there's something out here greater than you. There's something out here that you need to turn to for guidance and understanding and to know how to maneuver and to be in this world because it can be difficult at times. And there are times when you have to make tough decisions and you don't know which way to go because either way it's either going to be good or either way it's either going to be bad. But you have to be able to make the best choice within two decisions that you can make. And having that relationship with the Most High God, it will help you with making those choices, and it'll help you with also dealing with the consequences of making those choices. So having a relationship with that higher power is good, and that's first and foremost to me. Second thing is that as a man, you have to respect and love yourself. And this doesn't mean that you're arrogant and that you look down upon anybody else, but you have to love and respect yourself first and foremost before you can love and respect anybody else. Because if you do not love and respect yourself first, there's no way that you can love and respect anybody else. You have a lot of men out here that try to please other people, that try to be nice to other people so they can be treated well. And unfortunately, that's not how life works because there are times when you do good by people and you treat them well and you do everything and you bend backwards for it and they don't appreciate it and they don't have to appreciate what you do. And that's because they put themselves first in their feelings. And you have to do the same thing for yourself because that's what the rest of the world is doing. Does it mean that you have to disrespect them or treat them like they're nothing? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, and this is from my point of view, say for instance, you're out here and you're treating people well, but they're not being reciprocal of your good treatment towards them? What are you going to do? Keep on bending over backwards for these people, draining your time, money, and energy on these people while they disrespect you? Do you think that's smart? Or do you think you need to separate yourself from individuals that treat you as such? And see, as a man, you have to be able to understand these things and you have to be able to make the correct decision for yourself. And part of that is loving and respecting yourself. Because if you don't properly love and respect yourself, you're not going to make the right choices. You're going to try to fulfill the lusts and the pleasures instead of having the discipline to refuse yourself when you need to build yourself up for the future. And when you don't love and respect yourself and you get in a relationship or you build a family, you will do things and have habits that will cause destruction within that family. And I see this pattern going on. I've seen it within myself. And right now, I'm currently on a path of self improvement and thinking before I act and making the best possible choices for myself, putting having my ducks in a row more than my physical pleasures so I can become a better person, so I can become the best version of myself that I can possibly be, even if nobody outside of myself appreciates who it is that I am as a person. And that's very important. But if you become the best version of yourself, you're going to find your tribe of people that's going to love and appreciate you for you. It's inevitable because they are going to see how it is that you treat yourself and how good it is that you treat yourself. And they're going to know that you can be a valuable part in their lives and you can help them build themselves up. That's when you get to that point. So, yes, loving and respecting yourself, that's another thing. Financial management is another thing. You cannot spend your money on frivolous things. Like, it's okay to treat yourself once in a while, but if you find yourself constantly spending money on clothes that you don't need, food that you don't need, that you're just buying and buying and buying, and you have a bad eating habit, and you allowing that to take control over your life. Um, if you go on different events and you spending all your money and giving it away to people that really don't care, but they act like they care while you have the money, but then when the money runs dry, they treat you like you're nothing. That happens as well. So you have to be smart with your money because rainy days do happen. There are things that will happen, and if you're not prepared for those things happening, it can come back to bite you, and nobody is going to come to save you. And that's another thing a man in order needs to understand. Nobody is coming to save you. I was very blessed and fortunate to have my father put me in a position to where I could get myself together the way that I need to have myself together. You see, and he didn't owe me that, and I talked about that before. So I take it as a blessing, but at the same time, I know that I can't take it for granted. You see, so I'm working on my financial management. Also, to have yourself in order, you have to be able to communicate with others correctly. And you have to be honest, not only with them, but to yourself. You have to be self aware. You have to understand the environment that you're in. You have to understand your likability within that environment, whether it's for you or if it's not for you. And you have to protect yourself because women want protection and they want people to, a man to provide for them. So if you're not providing correctly for yourself, if you're not able to protect yourself correctly, what makes you a valuable person to them or a viable companion for them if you're not taking care of the basic necessities for yourself? And I had to look at my life honestly and to say, damn, I'm falling short on these things. Now, am I working on it? Yes. Am I going to discuss how I'm working on it online on YouTube? No. But I will say this, that if somebody want to really test me out, they may find out the hard way. And I'm not going to go further into that. But you could take that however you want. But I'm protecting myself and I'm providing for myself. And I know that if I do that and I store up enough and I build myself up enough, I will get noticed for that. And it is what it is. I'm going to the gym. I'm working out. Health equals wealth. So I'm doing these things that I need to do in order to keep my life going and have some longevity and to keep any medical issues from happening. And I've had a major medical issue 4 years ago, and I talked about it several times before. And so I'm at this age and I'm at this point to where I have to work out in order to maintain my health, at least being where I'm able to be mobile and to be able to take care of myself and to be able to take care of the house and the possessions that I have to the best of my ability. And it's not to impress anybody, it's because this is the basic things that I need for myself in order to survive. You see, we have to take out this trying to impress other people, trying to have gain validation, because at the end of the day, some people can see you doing your best, and no matter what it is that you do, they will refuse to acknowledge it because it's coming from you. You have to validate yourself. You have to be rest assured that you're doing the best that you can. You have to have that relationship with the Most High so you can understand when it is that you're getting a blessing or when you're moving up a level. And me talking like this is encouraging to me because I didn't talk like this several years ago. But now I'm seeing the results of the hard work, even though it's not being broadcast in the world. Nobody else is really seeing it, but I see it. And that's what matters more than anything else. I can validate myself. I can hold my head up high. I can be in a room with millionaires and billionaires, even though I don't have the same amount of money that they have. I know that I work myself to the point to where I'm a respectable individual. I know that my character has built up to where I can look myself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm doing the best that I can. All that other stuff that I tried to do that didn't work out, I don't need to focus on it anymore because I'm doing the best that I can with what the Most High gave me, and that's more important than anything. You see, I can come on here and talk about all my failures, my failed business, my failed music career, me failing with dating and my failed marriage and all the different failures that I had at work and getting promotions and making a certain amount of money, and my failure with financial management, my failure with my health. Like I could talk about all these failures that I've had previously and focus on that. But what good would it do for me currently? None. The best thing that I can do is to keep pushing forward, keep trying to be better. If I make a mistake, acknowledge that mistake, take accountability for that mistake, and then press forward. You see, and that's order. Order is taking accountability because you're not going to get everything right all the time. You see, I've joined groups and organizations not knowing that I wasn't a good fit for them. But I couldn't know that until actually I crossed those thresholds. But now that I've crossed those thresholds and I understand who it is that I am as a person, I understand that certain things ain't for me. I understand that the majority of women out here are not for me. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's going to be individuals that's going to try to make me feel bad about it because their lives suck in some certain way. and because they feel like they're doing better than me in that avenue, and it's obvious that they are, that they can try to tear down my self-esteem with their words and their actions towards me. But I have to take accountability and say that I allowed them to do this to me. Now, was that an easy thing to do? Is that an easy thing to say? No, because we don't have any control over the actions of others, but we have the control over how we react to what it is that other people are doing or how we feel about it. Sometimes those frustrations and those anger issues will come up, but then we have to ask ourselves, why are we feeling this way? What is it about ourselves that we feel that's inadequate, that's keeping us from moving to this level of not caring what they say? And we have to do an honest assessment. That's one thing that I've been doing for the past few months, is doing honest assessments of myself personally. And then I do honest assessments of what it is that I observe from other people, what I observe from society, from the videos that I make. And that's order. That's showing me how I need to think, how I need to react, how I need to go about, how I need to observe. And I know I can't do everything that I want to do, but I'm doing all that I need to do so I can get to the point to where I can do more and more of what I want in the future. Will it work out for my best interest? I don't know. But at least I'm putting forth the effort of doing it. And with that being said, this is just Bob Bowman. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out the Cash App that's going to be in the description. And I'm out.